What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Fly Casual. Corey here. Hey, it's news and toys tonight. That's how we keep it sweet. But guess what? We got F9 casting to talk about. We got solo DVD deleted scenes. We've got all kinds of great stuff about Black Series. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody's favorite thing. You want to stick around? Crackers at the readies, boys. It's time for the Fly Casual Challenge. Welcome back to Fly Casual.
Let's get ready to wrinkle!
This may be one of the only times in the history of my ownership of these glasses, which goes back to since I moved out of my parents' house so many years ago, where I've actually drinking Coca-Cola out of a Coca-Cola glass.
Very nice.
Coca-Cola. It's probably not the most self-aware thing to do in the world to promote another podcast on your podcast. Because
don't do it.
Whoa.
We're all competing. We're all competing for the ears of listeners. Right?
Yes.
All trying to get in on that sweet, sweet bud time. But been listening to Business Wars lately.
Wait, what?
Business Wars lately.
Okay.
That's not the name of it. Just Business Wars. I got to tell you, don't ever, people have talked about how, with the exception of 2 weeks ago or last week or whatever, have talked about how our sound quality is a cut above, right? Because Howie's put the effort in from the start. And the rest of us just kind of lazily dragged along with.
We just talk into the mic.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I just show up.
Try to sound pretty.
I have a tin can.
But I got to tell you, the post effects, like the music, and when he does historic conversations as they kind of put them together, and they do a little the left and the right, and they put some reverb on it. Oh my gosh, this is one of the most well put together historical type storytelling podcasts ever heard in my life. And I just finished the 6-part series of Coke versus Pepsi.
Oh, yeah?
Dude's got a little bit of a Southern twang every time. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
What's this called again?
Coca-Cola.
Is this the one that Rogan talks about all the time?
Coca-Cola. Who?
Is this the podcast that Rogan talks about?
I haven't heard Rogan. I don't think I've heard Rogan mention it, but it's entirely possible. Believe me, this is a popular podcast. But it is exceptional. The 6, I kicked it off with the 4-part, I think 4 or 5-part Ford versus Chevy.
Yeah.
And then and the Coca-Cola.
All right.
Versus
say it
Pepsi.
again so I can get it. And
Business Wars.
Business Wars.
Busyness Wars.
The new download.
Byzantine
the new
Wars.
Business
Got it.
sim.
All right.
Yeah, it's a sim game, Mike. You'd love it.
All right. Well,
It is very much. It has jumped to the top of my commitments in terms of podcasts that I'm into right now.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Special thanks to sometimes listener, friend of the show, Chris, for recommending that to me. Also says that the Netflix versus Blockbuster one is great. I haven't gotten that. Haven't gotten there yet.
I think Netflix won that one.
You think? I don't know. I don't know. Don't spoil it for me, bro.
There's one left.
I heard there's one left, so
they
look
can
out.
still make a comeback.
Making a comeback, baby.
Didn't they just close it? Is it the one in Alaska or whatever?
Yeah.
There is the Blockbuster Alaska, a different business entirely. Because I know there's one in Alaska where people don't have high speed internet.
That one was it. That one guy gave him a bunch of Russell Crowe memorabilia. What's that guy's name?
I follow the last Blockbuster on Twitter.
Oh, no, that is a fun account.
Yes.
I thought that account was completely a spoof, but then I was led to believe by an article that I don't know how well researched it was, that there was actually someone working at the last Blockbuster in the continental U.S., in Texas or whatever.
Oh, I hope so.
That was actually running that account.
Better.
That would be, but I refuse to believe it's true. Listeners, go out and do more homework than I did, which won't be hard. And let us know if that is in any way affiliated or is totally a spoof. Either way, that's a fun account. That's a fun follow on Twitter. You know what else is a fun follow? At Fly Casual 1138.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
they are right.
Yeah.
I want to take a quick second here and break the fourth wall.
Oh no.
Oh,
so to
great.
speak.
Oh no.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
And let the listeners know that just, 5 minutes ago, I watched Mike move 3 bottles of alcohol down the table away from himself, saying, and I quote, "I don't need any of that. I've got my own concoction here."
I do. I did.
And then
Heroin.
I just witnessed him reach over and grab one of said removed bottles.
Oh, no, that one was not in front of me.
Oh, that one didn't.
Bourbon that was in front of me.
Oh, that one didn't.
There's
count.
a lot of alcohol in this basement. I'm just saying.
There is. There is a lot of alcohol in the basement.
He just got started. Strap in, folks.
Wow, this will be fun.
Yeah. So tonight's hype music, I want to put this out to the listeners to connect the dots. We're going to play a new Fly Casual game called Connect the Dots. Every now and then I like to. Yeah, right. Everybody likes a game. Right, except for all the girls on Tinder who are like, I'm done playing games. Aside from them, everybody likes a game.
Why don't they want to play games?
I know there's no girls on Tinder. It's a joke.
No,
every girl.
I've never met one on Tinder.
So, a little game tonight called Connect the Dots, and I'm going to tell you the 4 songs we like to listen to music to get hyped up before we record, and the 4 songs tonight were
You can do it. Come on now.
Sweet Green Day, Longview by Green Day.
Yes, Longview.
No, Hanson. Right. That was a joke. Although we all do love Mbop secretly.
No, we do. Yeah, Green Day.
It's a timeless classic.
Yeah, it was Longview by Green Day.
Yeah.
Followed by Spin Around from Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
Performed, I believe, by Letters to Cleo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then it was Superstition by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Followed by
Rachel Lee Cook didn't sing that.
No, I don't believe Rachel Lee Cook sang that.
She did not.
Followed by the 4th song was then No Rain by Blind Melon. So tweet us at FlyCasual1138 if you know what the theme to 4 hype songs were tonight. Don't be ashamed.
I don't even know.
Is it Bumblebees?
I have no clue.
And he was told.
Bumblebees.
No, it wasn't Bumblebees because we listened to the remastered version of No Rain, so there was no Bumblebee featured.
Ooh. Crap.
Yeah.
See how that's the best part of not paying attention during the podcast, and I can go back and it's fresh and new.
Right. That's actually why he tries to drink it all away.
I do. I don't want to remember.
Well, hey, howdy, hey, folks.
Hey.
I have a YouTube update.
Oh, sweet justice.
We are now up to 34 followers.
Yeah.
What were we at 2 weeks ago?
28.
Oh, dang.
I thought you were
Or
going to
something
say
to
views.
that. Maybe 26.
That's like 30%, right?
Yeah.
It was in the 20s,
We
mid
got
to
some
high
comments
20s.
about posting some more Porkins.
No, just more Porkins by themselves.
Get the Porkins up there. More of these.
Oh, man.
More of these.
Careful. That kid's going to demand we start paying for him if you like him. If you start liking him, he's going to demand a paycheck and everything's going to go straight to hell.
Quiet. Don't say anything when Porkins kid gets here.
Yeah, seriously. He is an unpaid intern, quote, end quote. So
Wait, do you guys get paid?
I'm technically an unpaid intern as well.
Oh, right. Yes, so am I.
I get paid in hearts on Twitter.
That's true. Mike gets paid in likes on Periscope. Little floaty hearts.
The floaty hearts, yes.
And I pay to be a part of this podcast.
That's true. I have paid to be part of this podcast. As it is, I just I get paid in companionship.
You know what I'm really liking now about my new mic? What's this thing called?
That would be
your boom
bracket.
Your mic hanger.
Well, yeah, I mean you've got the spider mount, not the spider mount, but the bracket that hangs it to the boom mic.
Let's call it a strap. A mic. That's
a metal
that's something
strap.
That no one but an engineer who designed it would say, well, this is the strap.
This is the strap. It's wider and taller, and now I can see right through and look right at Corey.
I'm a little nervous because I can't see your mouth. I just see your mustache moving a little bit and your eyes like emoting.
It's kind of like a porn.
A little bit.
Oh, boy.
This is not the POV I tuned in for. No. Stop what you're doing now.
Oh, I can feel his look over here.
Yeah.
Burn.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fly Casual, episode number 195. I'm your host, Mr. Corey T. Wilson. With me on the left is other host and unpaid intern, Mr. Michael J. Archibald.
All right, so we got the Captain Morgan going tonight. And Amaretto was Amaretto that I sampled earlier there, Petrie.
I don't Who just takes a swig of Amaretto?
I did. You mentioned it last week. You thought I had brought it down here. It was not me.
Is that even alcoholic?
Amaretto?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
it's like 15, 30%.
It's a liqueur.
Yeah.
Mike does not discriminate.
It is 20% alcohol.
See, if you took those two and you got an average, I was right there. Wait, no, not at all. Either way.
The last few weeks we had done the Jaeger bombs, but yeah, we just back to the old classics.
I got a little bit of Jaeger.
Little rum and coke. Little rum and coke.
I got a little bit of Jaeger.
I got more.
Oh, Mike, you weren't there. You weren't there for the pool Labor Day extravaganza.
Oh, no.
We went into a liquor store.
You got Jaeger?
No. Well, yeah. Wait, hold on.
Oh no!
I went
in
and I said to these two hirsute fellows that worked there,
brothers, they
had to be kin. There is no way.
Fat.
No, hirsute means hairy, but yes, they were also fat. They made me look like a slim guy. Wow. Anyway, at least in my mind, they did. I said, hey, you guys, there was this rum/liqueur called Captain Morgan's Tattoo. And I said Captain because I live in Indiana. And if it don't matter if it's
a little bit of the cappy,
it don't matter that it ain't crunch. It's still Captain.
Captain Morgan's.
Yeah, Captain Morgan's Tattoo. And the one guy's like, dude, I don't even know what that is. Yeah, let me ask the other one. Hey, Captain Morgan's Tattoo. He's like, dude, I've never even had that. I said, you guys are making me feel really old right now as dudes what work in a liquor store and seem to know a little bit about what they're talking about. So we ended up going all around this liquor store trying to figure out a way to devise Captain Morgan's Tattoo.
And Jaeger became involved in this?
It did.
Now, it has not been tested because I didn't actually end up drinking that much at all. No. But I've got a little bottle of Jaeger and a little bottle of Chambord.
All right.
Yeah. And apparently there's going to be an attempt made to somewhat replicate Tattoo, mixing those two things that should have nothing to do with one another.
That means nothing.
Tattoo.
That was what the internet told me to tell them to do, but it gave 0 ratios.
Yep. It just said good luck and then hung up the phone.
All right.
Can I have your Star Wars figures when you're dead?
Yep.
Yes.
Going straight to you, buddy.
Yeah.
So,
verbal contract right here.
Going through all that.
Trent it.
No, that they had.
They had an absinthe.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, that was a big store. These guys had a lot of stuff, but they're like, what's Tattoo? Are you from the last century? And I cried a little.
So I've heard of Tattoo.
Technically, you are from the last century.
I'm older than dirt.
Was my favorite thing about Tattoo.
Your favorite?
My favorite thing about Tattoo. No one else liked it.
I gotta say, I wasn't a fan, but
no one liked it.
No one's going to steal your alcohol.
So no one would drink it. I'd have my own.
It was a good system cleanser.
It is. It very much was.
I stole all of Garrick's vodka over a several hour period.
Yeah, I noticed.
Speaking of cleansing systems, over there at Master Control behind the giant monitor is Mr. Stephen J. Howie.
What's up?
Hey, bro. You feel like that monitor is just going to collapse in on you?
Hey, man.
It actually feels cozy and nice and warm.
Yeah, it's radiating heat using all
That's
them.
the cancer.
Making all them BTUs.
Side note.
Yes.
I actually put on a sweatshirt down here now.
It's that time of year.
It feels like
I've got long sleeves on, man.
It
I got
feels
a
like
long
November.
sleeve tee. This is like one of two that I own and never wear.
I love the fall time.
A little bit of speaking.
We're not quite to fall.
I know.
Late summer.
But
it's nipping at your heels.
I love being able to wear. This is my perfect weather.
Here it is. I know what you're going to say, and I'm going to agree.
Warm during the day, like maybe 70, 75. Not humid. But at night, very brisk.
Yeah.
Put on a sweatshirt. You're good to go.
If I can pull off shorts and a sweatshirt and feel comfortable, that's perfect weather right there.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
Now, for Petrie, that means all winter long.
I'm Canadian.
Although I have noticed him shaking from time to time.
Yeah, he's a couple times he's grossly underestimated Indiana's ability to F you up weather-wise.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Was that in February when we met for lunch that one time?
Hey, I'm not the one who put the jorts on that day.
You put shorts on, your problem.
Oh, you're right. I did.
Sorry?
I did say sorry.
He leaned into it pretty firmly.
Yep.
It's the most Canadian thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, he pretty much introduced himself, but there's Petrie.
Hey, here's me. Hi, how are you?
Doing all right. Feeling good.
Fantastic.
Drinking out of my Coca-Cola glass.
I'm not drinking again for a while.
Across the pond and down a few is Mr. Garrick, not Jay Hardy.
What's up? Hey, guys.
Hey,
I have an interesting Rachel Lee Cook fact.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Bring it, baby.
So not only did she not sing that song in Josie and the Pussycats,
Word.
Or
she's also pretty much the official voice of Tifa Lockhart from everything in Final Fantasy that comes out. And she was in Star Wars, The Old Republic as Jaso Wilsam, the companion to the Sith warrior. So there you go. Rachel Lee Cook in Star Wars.
Wow.
Neat.
Nice.
Wow.
Yep.
My life is complete now.
And Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah, Petrie
There
knows.
needs to be
Petrie
more
knows
Rachel
Tifa.
Lee Cook in Star Wars.
There needs to be more
I'm just
Rachel
saying.
Lee Cook, period.
Yeah.
Just straight up Rachel Lee Cook.
For Rizzle Nizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel
She
Lee
did
Cook. Rachel Lee Cook had that little tiny charisma in a small package thing. You know, like her charisma was bigger than her physical presence.
Oh, see, you said
Except
little
when she was
tiny.
smashing eggs with a frying pan
Yeah.
in the drug.
I
ad.
went elsewhere. with little tiny.
The drug ad is classic. That's classic Rachel.
Classic.
I like the little tiny freckle on her chesticles.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway.
Well, I really thought we were going to pull one out this week,
Are you
guys.
still drunk?
Yeah, from last week.
Maybe. I'm told balance was an issue, but I don't remember it.
Garrick, have you got the funk out of your house yet since all the dudes vacated?
A lot of candles.
I bet you did.
So no, not really.
Yeah, you really got to get the hard chemicals soaked into the fabrics to really take care of that. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen,
He's extreme.
Yeah.
you ready to talk about some news?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some news.
Ooh, news.
Episode 9 casting updates this week. We got one in general and one especially for Corey.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Special.
Can I? Oh, never mind.
I'm excited about this one.
You are? You mean the Corey one? Well, let's start with not Corey's surprise first. Matt Smith.
Skynet confirmed.
The Doctor?
Variety is reporting that yes, Doctor Who alum Matt Smith.
Who?
Matt Smith.
Who?
The Doctor.
It gets funnier every time.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I don't watch the new Doctor Who's, man.
What? You watch the old Doctor Who's?
I watched the last time I watched a Doctor Who was dang it was the dude that was in Rebels as
What?
Bindu. That's the last
Oh
time I
my
watched
God.
Doctor Who. What's his
The guy
name?
with the scarf?
Come on, man. Yeah, scarf guy.
Ezra Bridger.
Vince Vaughn.
Scarf
Vince
guy.
Vaughn?
Oh, come on, Baker, right?
Yeah.
Tammy Baker.
Penny Baker.
Tammy Faye Baker.
So yeah, that's the last time I watched Doctor Who.
Oh.
That was
would've
funny.
been-
Matt
that would've
Smith's
been the 80s.
companion was Nebula, so that's pretty funny,
You
right, guys?
weren't kidding. Tom Baker was your last Doctor.
Yeah, man.
Who was your first Doctor? They always say first Doctor's your favorite Doctor.
Actually, well, that was
First
my
and
first.
last.
Yeah,
There you go.
first and
Nailed it.
last,
Loved
yeah.
him.
There you
He
go.
watched one episode and was done.
No. That was one of my dad's favorite shows growing up. So in the 80s, he watched.
Oh, man.
and Tom Baker reruns were going all the time.
I'd throw that on PBS and my dad would walk in and be like, turn this crap off.
We're watching Star Trek.
My
the
dad
Buckeyes
was
are
a
playing.
huge nerd. Oh my gosh, he was a next generation nerd too. You
Oh,
could
see,
probably have whole conversations with him.
My dad was
Oh,
into
dude, I want to talk to him.
my dad was into almost nothing nerdy at all. I'm not saying that like my dad was ever, not supportive of my nerdiness. He was just quietly disappointed.
He's like, go play football.
Like just wonderfully
You're like
gently
Bobby.
disappointed. Yeah, exactly.
Bobby.
I am the Bobby to my dad's Hank Hill. No, but my dad had a
Dang it, Corey.
yeah, throw a mustache on Hank Hill and a little more Alabama and a little less Texas.
nice.
A little more Southern Ohio.
Joyce,
but
the boy.
he exactly the boy.
Damn it, Bobby.
He did watch OG Star Trek.
Yeah.
Like
When?
and
Recently?
no. Like when I was growing up, and that was a show that was too slow for even me to really get into it most of the time back then. But like I couldn't get it. I'm like, why does he watch this goofy ass show? I don't get. Now I love those shows.
Because Kirk's a man's man.
That's right. That's right.
Back when a man could be a man.
Back when a captain of a boat could bed any lady he met, whether she's alien or not.
Prime directive be damned.
Good stuff.
Prime directive's a nickname for what I call
for that.
what I call that order that we were given. Mike, what are you thinking?
I have no idea.
He's thinking of his
I don't know what's going on.
We go to prime directive jokes and all that.
Matt Smith in episode 9 casting news this week.
Prince Philip, be still my heart.
Oh, that's right. He's such a dick. in that.
Yeah.
I've grown to really appreciate him in that show.
Yes, he's great.
The queen,
The royal
crown.
queen.
the crown.
The queen
I was
of
like,
royal crowns.
the queen's not right, but it's like that.
King of Queens.
The king, yeah, he was in King of Queens,
No,
man.
you say Garrick, you say he was a dick in that show, and
But he's supposed to be.
He definitely is at first because he's the rich boy, blah blah blah. But the sacrifices that you see him struggle with and make from that point of view, you really kind of have to respect
No, I
the fact
agree.
that dude had to give up everything that at that point was a traditional man thing.
Yeah, but
Not
Philip's kind of a dick
not
in
to be
real
confused
life,
with Man
so it
Thing, the
works.
comic
Yeah.
monster. But
as time goes on, I think it's going to be harder and harder for people to grasp that
what exactly
struggle.
that means. Like a dude going, oh, my wife's not going to have my name. My children aren't going to have my name. Like all that. Like
I have
back
to
then-
bow to you.
Yeah, I have to bow to my wife. I mean, sure. Yeah, we're like, yeah, part and parcel, bro. Get used to it. But back then, that was like that's something that a dude hung his hat on. And to watch him so well take that character in that time's point of view. I love Matt Smith. And yes, I liked him as Skynet. Thank you very much.
He has a big face. Did you ever notice that?
He's a very tall face. He's a tall faced man.
giant
Also,
face.
that's
You could show
my daughter's favorite doctor.
You
is
could
Matt.
show a drive-in movie on that.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Oh,
Dad, yo.
No, not Matt Smith. Come
You can
on.
roll out some cookie dough on that face.
Oh man. You could stand.
Tenet, man.
I'm
Tenet's
sure
the
he's
best.
a
Everybody knows
wonderful
that.
actor.
He-
He could just show a movie on his face. I'm just saying.
He's actually playing the screen. He's the green screen.
Yeah,
They
you
made
don't
his
need
face
a screen with that face.
Well, they couldn't afford any
Well.
CG Star Destroyer, so they're just going to shoot his face from a really tall angle.
They do say he's playing a key role in the movie. So
He's the next Death Star
Yep,
with that face.
he is. Yeah,
All right. In other casting news, it
Star
is
Killer
official.
face.
Star Killer face. Yeah.
In other
He's
casting
a dapper
news,
gentleman. damn you.
SKF.
He's a
here we go.
good-looking. He's a handsome gentleman.
He's
You
dapper.
know who else
as
is a
AF.
handsome gentleman?
Who, Mike?
Sexy Wexley.
Yeah, he is.
Greg Grunberg will officially be returning for episode 9.
Wow.
There was-
Spoiler alert on the final Poe Dameron comic. Jeez.
All the little questions we've had, there was never a doubt
Yes.
that JJ
Yes.
could make any production of any kind without
Yes.
his best buddies around to sycophant with him.
Sexy
the
Wexley,
opposite. Maybe it's the
baby.
opposite. Maybe that's how he keeps himself grounded, right? But he seems to surround himself with similars, right?
You know what?
Well, actually,
Like, man.
he's really big into charity, and these people have a hard time finding work. So
Really
you know,
awkward. Like if I was still friends with all these guys and they were all miserable slums going to 9-to-5ers and they hate themselves.
Yeah.
So I figured, heck, why bother having an entourage? I can pay them the same amount of money to actually be in my movies. It's just easier.
He also doesn't want to pay for all their drinks.
That's true.
You should have that guy from the
That's why he
Cosby
doesn't-
Show.
JJ never has to buy a drink. He should. Elvin. Elvin should
He
be
should
in the
have-
next Star Wars.
Yep.
Yeah, come on. We want more Elvin.
Dude.
I love Elvin.
I do too, man.
Yep.
It's like, all right, I loved the Cosby Show, and obviously the Cosby Show isn't going to get much play anymore. It's getting a little bit.
Not so much.
And you can't it's I as from an artistic point of view, I say it's unfortunate that the art has to be subject to it, but it is, and that's reality. So all the other characters on the Cosby Show are now the object of my affection because I loved everybody on that freaking show. And Elvin was such a specific character, such a specific foil to Cliff because he was so unsure of himself, and stuff like that. And I loved Elvin and Sandra and their twins and things. They had the twins, right? Yeah, they had the twins.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mary Kate and Ashley, right?
We talk about the Cosby Show, and it just makes my heart hurt.
It does, man. Hurts deep.
That's
Elvin.
Yeah, it's like
Anybody doesn't know what we're talking about.
Jeffrey Owens, right?
Yeah, Geoffrey Owens. Quick aside. Somebody snapped a photo of him bagging groceries at Trader Joe's, and
is this new? I thought I've seen this before.
They're calling it job shaming. I thought so too. I had the same
It was
thought.
awful. I mean, the original reporting on this was just disgusting.
So naturally, the backlash or the
Job shaming.
The backlash
is that everybody's like, no way, that's not. And he, of course, he's taking the highest road. He's like, hey, you work between jobs. I work there because they're flexible and they let me do auditions and stuff like. Dude has never batted an eyelash.
You know what? You got a job and you're working.
And he's taking the interviews and stuff like that because why not, right? And then Tyler Perry comes out.
Yeah.
And his words. I have respect for people that got to hustle between jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He says it flat out like this, come work on my show. And dude says, no, I mean, if it's a good fit, but I'm not just going to take it just because of this happened. And then a couple days later, okay, I'm going to do it. I don't care.
Yeah, it's Tyler freaking Perry, man.
Dude,
I'll tell you what.
It's Hollywood. Stuff happens by luck all the time.
In the middle of all the junk that's going on in the world
Seriously.
right now. This was a nice feel-good story. So
Heck
I
yeah.
guess, boo to the initial reporting, but this is one of those that kind of brought everybody together.
I know, dude.
Both sides of the aisle, everybody was just like, yeah, that's crap.
There's no aisle in this
There
argument.
is no
There's
shame.
aisle. It's like,
there is no shame in a man working.
plus, for his age, he's a handsome man.
Yeah, it looks good.
He looks really healthy. You never know. Some of these folks.
Trader Joe's
don't get me
has
wrong.
healthy foods.
Rudy got crazy hot. I mean, whew.
Yeah,
I had a crush on Rudy when I was that age, but whew.
Raven Simone.
No, not Raven Simone. Jeez, Howie, do you even Cosby Show? No, nobody
I don't
does.
even know, bro.
I forget. I honestly forget her name.
That was Olivia. We're talking.
Oh, right, yeah.
She had Rudy was.
They brought her on because Rudy stopped being cute.
What was? She had another weird name.
Well, no. I think a better way to say it is Rudy stopped being young.
Keisha Knight Pulliam.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I just said.
I was gonna say M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, Rudy was of age, and so they needed a young replacement.
I'm not
for that.
kidding though.
That's what I said.
Like they're like, hey, they're making another Rocky movie. It's about Apollo's kid. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds okay. Felice Rashad's in it. Sign me up. I'm out at the theater day one. Felice Rashad. I'm still in love with that woman.
By the way, I'm just going to say this right now. Keisha Knight Pulliam, we need more of that in Star Wars is what I'm saying.
Not as much as we need Greg Grunberg, baby.
Rachel Lee Cook and Keisha Knight. How about that?
Rachel Lee Cook is in Star Wars.
Mike,
I'm saying more.
I admire your desire to find more female representation in Star Wars. But I have to question your motives.
Now he's one
Not at all.
blonde drummer away from a band right there.
Right, there you go. Tara Reid, sign her up.
Word.
No.
Okay, Mike. Mike,
No Tara Reid, no.
What if Ryan Johnson? What if Ryan Johnson's trilogy has Rachel Lee Cook as the lead role?
Oh my gosh! Then I'm gonna.
Would you go see it opening night?
I'm gonna put a bullet in my brain.
Rachel Lee Cook.
But it's Rachel Lee Cook, bro.
Yeah, dude.
As Mara Jade.
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro. You're gonna kill him on the spot.
I'd watch that in a second.
Ridiculous. That's redonkulous.
So yeah, JJ's got to have his buddies around him.
was
So this
fun.
is really no surprise.
I'm glad he made it, though. We were worried about him for a minute.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, one hot minute, baby.
Really sweating that one. Another real nail biter, fellers.
I don't know. Initially it was cheesy, but these are the little things that I kind of like. I don't know.
Hey,
I agree.
bringing back
Greg Grunberg
small
was
characters.
far from the worst actor in either of the two movies in the recent trilogy.
Amen,
Well,
sister.
What's the name of the second one?
Hang with me. How else is the First Order going to find the resistance?
We can't find the fleet, but there's an orange belly sticking out from behind that moon. Well, that's
He's just hiding behind a
gonna be the
tree.
big question.
I'm a fat guy. We can say that about each other.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
we were
good.
allowed to say
It's
that.
all right. It's
So
all right.
is Wexley going to receive some disciplinary action in this one for ratting everybody out?
Rat and everybody.
rat.
He wasn't interrogated. What? I mean,
He was just incompetent.
Okay, giving him up. I don't know. Incompetent. Okay, the incompetence.
Well, Mike, if you had read the Poe Dameron comic,
Damn it, I tried. I did not get to it tonight.
I fully expect him to resolve all of this by him just giving the hero's Care Bear stare. His little intense eyebrow stare that he was his super mutant power in Heroes.
yeah.
Oh,
he
no.
shoots potato chips out of his tummy.
he can store a lot of them in there because they're stacked like Pringles.
Yeah, exactly. It's like spring loaded.
Like
He opens up the orange belly, the flight suit, and there's a tattoo of the Pringles man right out there, and he just blip, 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 blip.
And Kylo, once he pops, he can't stop, man.
That's right.
It's like, I just can't stop. Nom, nom, nom.
I thought I was beyond this.
That's how the First Order found it. They followed the trail of crumbs right back to the base.
You know, Sexy Wexley's a family man now, too. So
What? He had a kid?
well, yeah, he's got a wife.
Oh, he got married. Yeah, he got married.
That makes him a family man. That's a family.
That's a family.
That's
You're right.
settling.
It is.
That's settling down.
So it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good for him.
Well, great.
Solo, a Star Wars movie in the week of this.
Mike mispronunciates.
In the news this week.
Drunculates.
Oh, there you go.
Boys.
In the week, this news.
What happened?
Persner Bahoo. Okay.
Ollie Wally Pollywog.
Was that English?
What just happened? Did you have a stroke?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
James Nond is having a stroke.
So USA Today reporting that some details of some deleted scenes have come out that are going to be on the new Solo DVD that comes out this month, right?
Yeah.
September?
Yeah. End of the
man.
month.
September,
That's
remember.
right around the corner.
Yep.
Right around the.
I finally get to watch this movie again.
Woo!
I'm going to tell you something. Deleted scenes, cool, always fun. I'm not into them as much as I used to be. You know what I really want? And I've never said this about a Star Wars movie before because I don't think they ever happen. From Solo specifically, I want the blooper reel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want
That'd
the
be
blue-
It
hilarious.
would be fun. I hope they do something
I want them just cracking up on scene over and over again. I want the boom mic sinking into frame like on all the Pixar movie things. I want the blooper reel on this movie. I assume with like every failed take on the prequel trilogy, everybody just solemnly shuffled back to their to their marks. Just, we gotta do it again. It's very somber. But for some reason in my mind, there was a lot of like joking and cajoling and all that stuff on this set. I don't know.
Seems
Ron,
like
let me
there
know.
would be.
Let me know, Ronnie.
So there's a great deleted scene where it's basically Han and Kira are being chased down by some local authorities, and they're running through a market, and they kind of hide in a inconspicuous place, and I don't know, kind of a nice little addition. Actually, it was a lot of these scenes. I mean, usually when a deleted scene, you see it, and you're like, yeah, I know why they cut this one.
Yeah.
But this is one that I think could have been in the film and
added a little something.
Yeah, it just added a little more.
They do it for time all the time.
No, and I get
time and pace.
I get that, and I'm all about it. So this scene was not needed. I mean, it got by with what it was, but had they included it, it would have been a nice little addition.
I agree with you though. Like back when DVDs were getting hot, and like everybody's like, "Oh man, these are a lot cheaper to make and ship than video cassettes," and we got space for it. Suddenly, deleted scenes were all the rage. You're going back to movies that were made in the 70s and throwing deleted scenes that looked terrible because the film was so degraded.
Awful. Yeah.
And it was almost obvious every time. Like literally someone would forget that they have an accent, or like there would just be a really awkward, bad acting moment or just something just obviously didn't work. And I don't see that as much anymore. But
Like every Jim Carrey movie.
there you go. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, he's got a new Netflix special coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Jim Carrey. Yeah. I'm
Good
assuming
for him.
he's just going to stand on stage and paint and not acknowledge the audience.
And flail about.
It's art.
Painting wise.
You make faces.
Painting-wise, yeah.
He's going to make faces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
faces.
at his painting. You're not going to be able to see it.
Sweet.
It's going to be tight.
Tizite.
Speaking of deleted scenes, though, real quick, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the Solo A Star Wars Story novelization is now out.
Yes.
And it does have deleted parts from the movie in it.
Or never included parts.
Or never included, right?
Added.
So if you're interested in that, go check it out. Buy it, I guess. Or listen to it or something.
I am interested in that. And the funny thing is, it's not like with the prequels where I wanted to read the books so that I could take them a little more seriously. Because I knew the books would fill in things that were kind of hard to swallow in the prequel movies. I think a lot of people, even people who love the prequels, and I like them, can kind of rally behind that. There was a lot of like really meaningful stuff in the books and weren't in the movies. We've talked about that many times. In this case, I love this movie. I only want to read the books to get more, not to like make myself like it better or like it more.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's got scenes with Han in the Imperial Academy, which should be fun. And they have an expanded version of spoiler alert for people who haven't seen the movie, L3 getting uploaded into the Falcon as well. So good stuff. Yeah.
Well, Cinema Blend reporting this week, Hayden Christensen in the news, talking a little bit about Kelly Marie Tran.
They kind of cornered him into that.
They did. It was kind of awkward.
Is he popping up more than normal, or is it just me?
He's popping up more than normal, buddy.
Good. His career deserves a revival. Jeez, the man has served his penance already.
I think what Garrick is getting at, though.
Star Wars, the revival.
Anyway, so yeah, he was cornered recently and kind of a question about Kelly Marie Tran and, some of the bullying that she experienced online and her decision to leave social media and her recent come outings, I guess, so to speak, since all that took place. And they just kind of asked him and actually, honestly, it wasn't a dishonest question because, I mean, he is someone in Star Wars who has experienced a little bit of this. I mean, there were people at the time, that really did not appreciate his...
At the time? There are a lot of people who still don't appreciate
how he... does not appreciate Hayden's...
I do not. I never harassed him. But I do not appreciate.
That's all right. If I find 4 people that did and make you the 5th person, I can still claim that 80% of the people, including you. Sorry. That little foreshadowing there.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, Hayden back in the day took a little bit of, took his fair share of criticism for his performance in the prequels, which, personally, I mean, this is just my, my opinion, I don't really blame the actor in that situation.
Me neither.
I kind of place that blame a little more on the director.
Did I like his performance? Mostly not really. Yeah. But I don't blame him in any way because I've seen him in other stuff where he's really good.
Yeah, I agree. But anyway, I think that's why he was questioned about this. And basically, I thought he had a very politic response. Essentially, he said he...
Whoa. I would say he had a measured response. In today's day and age, this is the opposite of a politic response.
Okay.
Because everything is polarized, and I believe that he took a non-polarizing view on this, but maybe that's just
okay. No, I appreciate that perspective on this. Essentially, what he said was that, can
I read the quote?
Please.
I'll read the
Please
quote.
do.
There you go. Read it in Hayden Christensen voice, though.
Can I read it? Can I read it in the voice of the dude reading the Thrawn book, doing the voice of Hayden Christensen?
Yes, please.
I don't know if I have any advice for that, Padme, but just Padme. I should drop all the Padmes, so don't worry. I don't know if I have any advice for that, but just, don't take it too seriously because unfortunately, these are the ones that make the most noise, but the majority of people don't feel that way. So keep it in mind.
Amen, brother.
Word.
Amen.
Yeah.
Haters going to hate. And there are awful, horrible people out there.
We've said this 100 times before. I mean, it's the people that scream the loudest are the ones that get the most attention.
There's no excuse for that kind of behavior, but there's lots of reasons to look the other way. And it's not turning the other cheek.
Yep.
It's not the same. We ain't getting all Jesus up on this. It ain't turning the other cheek.
Right.
It's literally looking the other way. Invalidate them.
Right. I mean, yeah, there doesn't need to be.
These are the rules of the internet from before. I don't know why the rules have changed.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it'd be great if people would stop doing that, but the acknowledgement just seems to fuel the fire.
Well,
don't feed the trolls.
Amen. I think we've said it 100 times. So anyway, yes, a very measured response from Christensen. So anyway, we got some news this week about the new Disney streaming service.
Hot day.
You guys seen this? Got a little more detail about it.
I've not seen the Disney streaming service yet.
Nope.
Okay. Well, it's got a name and it's got a price point.
Disney Alive.
It's called What We Know.
It's called Getting Down with the Disney.
It's called The Big D.
It's called Hanging with Mr. Disney.
The Big D.
The Big D streaming.
It's called
Streaming the D.
Perfect Disners.
D's nuts.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's called Cryogenically Frozen with Walt W. Disney.
Streamboat Willie.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
I kind of like that.
I do too.
All right.
I get it.
I don't feel the need to pile on at all now.
Done. We'll see ya. All right. CBR reporting this week, Disney Play is the name of the new
That's
service.
so
Wow.
unique.
Playing it safe.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, makes sense.
I can go for some D play right now.
Disney Play, and
Pants back up, Garrick.
they don't report
talked
an
about
actual amount, but they say that this will cost less than Netflix.
$9.98.
I for one have to say, all right, well, I'll think about it.
And
now.
you know what that means? They're not going to have much on there.
It does.
Yep.
I'm sure that's what it.
That's all but what they've come to say is that they're not dumping. And see, we've alluded in the I think wrong direction to this several times. Well, if they're going to put everything on there, there's going to be all the Disney everything. Nope.
No. Welcome to our virtual vault.
Yeah, it's the virtual vault crack is all it's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we don't know that, but I'm still saying
they've just got to launch this thing and get it out there. I'm sure they're going to be very measured. There's other reports saying that they won't be including pre-2019 Star Wars films. So it's going to be Star Wars films.
Well, yeah, they have
next year and forward.
they already signed all the deals with that stuff.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
They're not even going to theaters. They're going straight to streaming service.
Oh.
For $9.98.
So, but yes, I mean,
I think they're playing this with the least amount of risk possible. Are people going to?
but I'll tell you what, with
Hop
a
on and
price
actually
point
pay for
under
it.
$10, I'll consider it.
I'm telling
Depending
you,
on what I get, I'll consider it.
It's got to be under $8 because there's one service that I'm willing to pay $10 a month for, and that's Netflix. I don't pay that much for HBO. I don't pay that much for any of the other things that I'm attached to. But when you start and people, the internet is already starting to murmur about this. You know, after we throw all these different streaming services are going to have their own stuff on there, it's going to cost more than basic cable did. And yep.
Yeah, but you get to pick and choose. That's the beauty of it.
That is a nice thing without contract. That's the big thing is that it's the contractlessness.
Yes.
Is that you can binge in and out.
Everybody can bitch and moan about this all they want, but it's better than what we have.
And it fosters great competition between all these services
Amen,
to provide
brother.
the best quality of content.
Amen,
they
brother.
can
I
put out there.
would like a $7.98 price point.
Maybe
I'd buy
nobody
that.
but Mike is old enough to remember this, but kind of like what they said cable was going to be when it came out.
Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Is Disney going to include ESPN on this? Is it going to be $30 a month?
Right? No, that's the next time.
Now we got to start talking net neutrality
Yeah.
because this affects
Mike.
that as well, Mike.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I'm listening. That's all I'll say at this point is I'm listening. So we'll see how that kind of turns out, and I don't know.
Hear that, Disney? You have Mike's attention.
You do.
He's interested.
And I was a skeptic, so I don't know. We'll see.
Right now they haven't shown me anything to draw me in to be like, yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to keep an eye on it.
Well,
But
I agree with that sentiment too. I'm not saying yes. I'm saying I'm listening.
When's the last time Disney or one of their close-netted subsidiaries actually put out exclusive TV-like content that I'm into? I mean, the films, whatever. The films are what
they're children programs. Most of them, in my opinion, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, are garbage nowadays.
What is?
The Disney,
the young people stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I like the animated features, but or the feature films, but the series.
Yeah,
I'm talking about like the live action. Yeah,
that stuff is trash.
It's
like
that's what I said. It's garbage.
Such
that's what
unbelievable
I think.
trash.
I think that's what they're going to fill most of those spots with.
Yeah, because it's easy.
Shows.
It's easy.
Yes,
they know
easy.
they're not even competing with themselves when they throw that crap on there because it's even filler on their own channels.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I'm not going to pay to support that.
Are they going to put the Marvel live action series on there as well?
I haven't heard anything about the Marvel stuff. I didn't see anything. I don't know. I have to go back here.
How far does that Netflix deal go?
I don't know.
And how deep does it dive? Does it go past Defenders? I
heard that they're pulling as soon as those contracts are up. They're pulling. So.
Okay.
Now we haven't heard anything on specifics on how the streaming service works, right? We're making an assumption it's going to be
three-factor authentication.
Well, we're making the assumption, and I think this is a good assumption, but I wouldn't put it past Disney to change this up.
Look, it'll be.
We're making the assumption that it's going to be like a Netflix streaming service where I can just pick and choose what I want to see whenever.
Yeah, and
what's the alternative to that? I mean,
features where they have stuff available for narrow windows. This weekend, you can watch Lady and the Tramp. It would be colossally stupid.
Yes.
And I don't think they're that stupid.
Right.
But we don't know. Because there's not that many services that have been that successful yet. There's a handful that have been mega successful. And a lot of others that have kind of meh. I mean, remember when Crackle started? It was almost unwatchable. Hulu with the same commercial 100 times? Good God.
Still unwatchable.
When people tell me they pay for Hulu, I'm always just like, you are a better person.
To be honest, I'm surprised that they're still in business.
Yeah, I didn't know it was still a thing.
A lot of people.
It's changed hands a couple times.
I know, like that's their primary source of television. That's literally
Crunchyroll is still commercial free, guys.
But that's the thing with Hulu. Hulu has kind of, I don't know how they are now. So, but back when I tried them, it was like, okay, you can watch it the night after it airs and it'll be up for like 5 weeks and then it's going to be gone.
Right. It's like you, and that, I think that's a better example of what you're insinuating. Well, we don't know how Disney's going to behave.
Right.
If they do that kind of thing where it's these timed releases and then they scoop it back into the vault. And I know we're throwing the vault around, but that's more or less what it is. It's this artificial exclusivity thing. That's awful. And Hulu is doing it because I think they were still grasping at DVD sales, the poor souls.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a little nervous about the whole thing. I don't know what to expect from Disney.
I don't even really understand. I mean, I did Hulu years ago. I don't even really understand their business model. I mean, they do movies.
They have originals now. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I knew they were dabbling in originals, but I thought they were mainly TV, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And it was like a couple of competing networks were in cahoots together because they wanted to have an option that was apart from Netflix because they didn't want to have to, pay a middleman and stuff like that. But it was, that was the most frustrating watching experience I've ever had. Literally like the same Subaru commercial 4 times in a row during the same commercial break.
But you could watch one long commercial at the beginning.
I don't think that option existed when I was watching.
Okay.
That was a while ago, but I like literally, it was like 1 month and I shut it off. I was like, forget it.
That's what I appreciate about the HBO Now or Go. I don't remember which ones.
Both.
HBO Now.
They don't really have commercials.
It's the same thing.
They don't have commercials except for at the beginning. They show commercials of their own stuff.
Right.
And then you're on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they set it to some upbeat music.
HBO Go is for the subscribers on cable.
Right.
HBO
but the services are more or less
they
identical.
act the same. Yes. But right.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the quote from the article. Disney Play won't have the breadth of content that its chief competitor does. Variety notes the entertainment conglomerate won't pull Disney and Fox owned properties from the current licensing agreements in order to fuel the new service, as such a move would be costly and difficult.
Asterisk, they're going to let away.
Right, exactly. But that's the thing. They're going to let those contracts expire and then they're going to pull it all over. So, I mean, eventually it's going to get...
See, again, you said those words, then they're going to pull it all over. You're making it sound like they're going to, okay, here you go. I don't believe that yet.
Okay, well, no,
they'll have the option to.
I get that, but what I'm saying is they're not going to renegotiate new contracts with outside services.
I don't think that's off the table. And I don't even consider that like a bad thing on Disney's side to still put some of their stuff out in other services. I think it would, for anything that they know is a draw, obviously their first consideration upon those contract expirations or any new property would be, is this going to draw people to our service? Well, we calculate that our best demographic is this, blah, blah, and this would actually fit better over there, and they're willing to pay us this money, and the money they're going to pay us is greater than the amount of people that we would get from putting it on our own service. So they'll still go that way. Disney is a business. They approach everything like that.
I don't disagree with that. You're probably right, but
probably self high five.
They're
right.
Yeah,
that's why I think this is more
a lot more controlled and measured.
Probably
about
right.
That,
They're that's kind of right.
I think
they're not going to do long-term contracts anymore. They're just not.
How's this? What's this going to do to syndication? Like Simpsons or Family Guy when they get the Fox licenses, is that going to affect all the syndication on TV? Not that it matters, but
probably not for a long time.
Oh, I'm sure they'll keep those contracts just the same, right? I mean, until cable finally dies.
I would hope so. That's still
at
money.
some point.
And the only place like the Simpsons is syndicated, while Fox and FXX, which is also Fox.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's Fox.
But what we're seeing right now is the industry still doesn't know what it's doing in itself, and it's trying to find its feet.
I think we can all agree, along with Howie's saying, I think we can all agree that it is still adorable to watch Hollywood try to figure out how to deal with distribution. It is totes adorbs. It's like the music industry, just watching themselves shoot themselves in the face for years and years and years and years. Adorable. Of course, the result of that is now we no longer have any megastars that make music that are, other than pop.
Here's a quick stat for you too.
Eminem.
According to analyst Todd Junger, he says Disney Play would need 40 million subscribers paying $6 a month to break even. So I guess that
40 million.
Puts you in,
holy cow!
If it's $6 a month, that's closer to a no-brainer.
But 40 million, that's a lot of subscribers.
How many subscribers does Netflix have?
I don't know.
Many millions.
Many much moosin'.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, see if we can get that real quick before we move on.
Yeah, let's sit quietly.
Shall we?
117.6 million subscribers last quarter.
Oh,
thanks to an addition of 1.9 million domestic and 6.4 million international streaming subscribers.
Interesting.
About 55 million of those are U.S. subscribers.
Oh, well, Disney can do it.
I'm seeing 130.
You know what, Howie? Well, this was last quarter of last year. So this is as of January 22nd.
This is 2018.
So they lost subscribers?
Q3 2018, 130 million subscribers.
There you go. Still growing. 10 million strong and growing.
And I attribute that to the fact that they did a smart thing and started saying, hey, let's make good content of our own.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
good.
I still love to rag on Netflix for being that thing we used to use to watch movies. And suddenly, no. We got 3 movies this month.
But they are a perfect example of what you do.
Stars Rodney Dangerfield to show you how timely it is. Not that I don't love Rodney Dangerfield.
But it's a great example of what you do in a business, because you have to be fluid. And they started sending out DVDs.
You almost have to wonder, like, they got to the point where they're like, all right, we're so popular now that no one wants to license their crap with us because we are actually taking money out of their mouths. We better start making our own crap, and the series are more sustainable and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to listen to that Business Wars series. I really can't. I can't do it. I can't wait. I'm leaving right now, you guys.
See ya.
Well, now that Corey's gone, Kathleen Kennedy in the news this week, boys.
But he's back now.
Oh, he heard Kathleen Kennedy's like, I got to get in on this. KK is getting an honorary Oscar. You guys heard this?
I have heard this.
So, the Academy has decided
to getting that pity Oscar they just made up. Is that the one she's getting? She getting that pity Oscar they just made up?
No. No, they took the pity Oscar away.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they will not be presenting the popular Oscar for this season. Right after announcing it, like, oh, we don't mean this year. And everyone, well, what about Black Panther? What about Black Panther? What do you mean? That was going to get it right. So everybody's all up in arms. So what you need to take away from this? Kathleen Kennedy will be receiving an honorary Oscar this year until she's not. Because apparently the Academy is that fickle, my friends.
She will be the first woman ever to receive the Irving G. Thalberg Award, which is an honorary Academy Award for production achievement.
Good.
Let's see. It says
what is that award called?
The Irving G. Thalberg Award.
I'm not even going to ask how to spell that crap.
Thalberg.
Whoa, we actually knew a question. Wow. Got the answer.
Because I'm reading it, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Kennedy, along with her husband and producer.
Who was that guy, Mike? Who was that guy?
I couldn't tell you, bud. There you go. Thanks, bud. Yes. He got me.
Well, the award's named for Irving Thalberg, Garrick. He's a legendary head of the production division of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, otherwise known as MGM, who developed the company's reputation for sophisticated films. The trophy itself is actually a bust of Thalberg rather than the familiar Oscar statuette. And I'm surprised you didn't know that. But it is still counted as a, quote, honorary Oscar, end quote. And all of that stuff I just said off the top of my head and did not read from Wikipedia.
Is MGM the one with
he was also known as the Boy Wonder.
This is actually a pretty big deal. This award has only been given out 30 times in Academy history. So,
wow,
big deal for her. And we're all
the way back to 1937, Mike. Something else that I know just in my brain head.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
But we're all kind of fanboys of KK. I mean, back when, this transaction took place with Lucas and we heard that KK was taken over, and we kind of really started digging into her and realizing, oh, dear God, she's been involved in like almost everything that I adored growing up.
Forget any divisiveness over her performance at Lucasfilm. And I mean that. Just take that out of the equation entirely.
Yeah, right.
Wow. What a resume.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Wow.
Who she's worked with over the years. I mean, everyone from Steven Spielberg, I think that's where she started, to George Lucas and taking over Lucasfilm. And but no, she's been involved in everything from E.T. to Goonies to Indiana Jones.
Now, mind you, she's not the only one receiving it. She's receiving it as part of a duo, which is new. Yes, her and Frank Marshall, her husband.
Right.
Because they have been many times over collaborators.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they are co-receiving it. So it just goes to show that Oscar's so male, a woman's got to be teamed up with a dude just to get an honorary. Oscar's so male. Hashtag.
Do they each get one, or do they have to share one?
You have to put the hashtag at the end.
Well, they can put it in the bedroom.
It seems kind of inefficient to give them both one. They could just share, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Past recipients of this award.
They're married. They're one flesh. Come on.
Past recipients of the award: Francis Ford Coppola, Warren Beatty. All right, Steven Spielberg, Clint Eastwood. Guys, how do you not know your Irving? Do you even Irving V. Thalberg? Thalberg? I got it.
Not very well.
Steven Spielberg, Albert R. Broccoli.
Oh, totally.
Broccoli?
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy.
You guys don't even know that Mervyn LeRoy got it in 1975?
I did not.
Here's a name for you, Alfred Hitchcock.
Who's that?
That guy.
And George Lucas received one of these. And you know what? A little known fella by the name of Walt Herbert Walker Disney.
I know that guy.
Go.
Yep.
Herbert Walker.
Word. So now, of course, her receiving this award, a lot of people questioning, with some of the controversy that's going on, why exactly is she getting this award?
You kidding me?
All the other things.
She produced the Money Pit.
Money Pit.
Get out of here.
The greatest comedy cinematic event of all time.
Joe versus the volcano. Come on.
This is
Tummy Trouble.
This is. I'm not joking. Money Pit is one of the greatest damn films ever made.
It's pretty
Gremlins.
Not joking.
It's pretty good.
I know you're not.
Back to the Future.
Jurassic
Color
Park.
Purple. Inner Space.
Milk
Inner
Money.
Space. Come on.
Empire of the Sun.
Come
The
on.
Flintstones live action.
Batteries not included.
Batteries not included. What? Robots with the old people from Cocoon. Come
Back
on.
to the Future.
And also
2 and 1, 2, and 3.
Wow. See? All three of them.
Joe versus the volcano.
We're
just repeating them at this point.
The Last Airbender. Oh,
Arachnophobia.
Gremlins.
they should take it away for the Last Airbender.
So skeptics would say
Goonies.
the timing on this
Five
is a
Goes
little
West.
suspect.
Hook.
Untitled
Hook.
Indiana
Hook.
Jones 5th film.
Ooh.
Yeah. You like that?
Chandler's List.
Alive.
Any thoughts on the timing on
Jurassic Park.
on this award?
Why are you afraid to insinuate the thing you wanted to bring up?
No, not at all. I'll say it.
Well,
I'll say it.
gentlemen, I prepared these tinfoil caps. Everyone, if you could place these on your head so that the government can't read our thoughts.
Okay, I got mine on.
Those who are particularly of the hater variety,
Is that
which
aluminium,
although we
right?
are often accused of being ourselves, I firmly deny.
No.
I hate people who call me a hater. I hate them so much.
What you are?
Meta.
Perhaps haters who believe that Kathleen Kennedy.
Wait, you hate people that call you a hater? Does that make you
I
a hater?
hate them so much.
But that makes you a hater.
The hater.
No, it's
play
okay.
hate
It's
is
okay if they hated things first.
You
then
become
can
what
hate
they've
reactionarily. Do you even internet, bro? So but those people who have despised the work that she has done, maybe perhaps in the last several years as the head of Lucasfilm, which we have questioned some of the things, but I don't think
The Last Airbender.
Stop it. You're making it worse. Might believe that given some of the rumors, and these are just rumors, that Kathleen Kennedy is maybe shadowing out.
Maybe exiting at the end of this month.
At the end of this month, even.
Well, the rumor is either at the end of September, at the end of, or sometime in January.
Holy cow.
So
that's the rumor.
That's the rumor, that she would be actually stepping down or handing off the reins. It would seem that despite the fact that her career has been gigantic forever, this is some convenient timing.
Yes.
So maybe that's starting to give this rumor a little more validity, but we are crossing into slight tinfoil cap territory where we take these types of things to validate rumors. When you use circumstance to validate rumor, that's when you become a little bit, you become a little crazy. But, to quote Newman in JFK, where there's smoke, there's fire. Newman from Seinfeld in JFK. I don't know the actor's name.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. Dennis Nedry.
Dennis Nedry.
May he rest in peace.
To quote Dennis Nedry in the 60s when he was in JFK, that was made in the 80s. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Look, you can think what you want about Kathleen Kennedy. My feeling, and the people that you're referring to are kind of on the boat that, perhaps that she hasn't, that the last couple movies haven't performed well, and that she's in hot water with Disney.
Maybe she's just tired of all the
that's
divisiveness.
That's kind of my belief. Is
the last
that if
one movie hasn't performed well.
Well, no, Last Jedi also underperformed by about $300 million, according to the Wall Street Journal.
$300 million?
Wall Street Journal, that's like fact, bro.
I thought it did
I'm just telling you.
You have to subscribe to their website to read their stuff. That's legit.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even know what that means. Underperform.
What's the number one DVD seller?
Ask my wife.
It obviously
it's the Rodney Dangerfield movies.
Obviously made money, and I don't think it was not profitable. It was not that it wasn't profitable, but it didn't meet expectation.
So regardless, let's not fall down that rabbit hole.
No, I'm not. I don't want to.
Now,
all I'm saying is that if she does exit the company, my belief, this is my personal belief, is that she got this thing up and running and going, and she's about had an. I mean,
peace.
Whether you say whether you believe that The Last Jedi was the greatest thing ever or the worst thing ever, what you can't say is that it's not divisive, and it's been very trying. I think.
Let's talk about everything before The Last Jedi came out. We've been talking about all the directors who had to been shown the door, more than one,
right,
over the number of.
You can't say that there isn't.
There's been a lot of turmoil.
You can't say that inside of Lucasfilm there aren't things that are of concern.
Yeah, they're not farting rainbows every time.
My belief is that if she exits, it will be because she's just like, okay, I've done what I can with it. It's time to pass the baton.
And honest to God, I don't care. If you're like, oh no, she's staying on, in perpetuity. Okay. And she's leaving. Yeah, I understand.
No
matter what. Right. Well, no matter whether the timing of this award validates the rumors that she might be exiting, this is head held high, absolutely 100%.
Well, yeah, she's got nothing to be
any question.
Right. She's got nothing to hang her head over.
And I feel like this is one of those things where someone could take a point on this going, well, yeah, timing's real convenient. And someone immediately goes, you're sexist and you hate everything. I feel like that's what the internet would result in that. And there are a lot of people who come out and go, well, they got to make you feel better about leaving or screwing stuff up. Yeah, you're also a misogynist idiot, and also, well, maybe not misogynist. You're just cantankerous. Okay, there's extremes on both sides. I really think no matter what, she deserves the award. So there's nothing to complain about here.
Agreed.
Yeah, except for the fact she got to drag her husband. Right. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag Oscar so mad.
Right. No, agreed. Yeah, she definitely deserves.
He's just
the
riding
award
her coattails at this point.
Frank Marshall, that talentless hack. Jeez. All right, let's read through his IMDb list in non-chronological order and repeat things. Not really, Howie. Not really. He looked at the monitor. No.
Well, boys, that's all I had for news.
Oh, sweet justice. That means it's time for the Porkins Bite of the Week.
Again?
I don't know if y'all know this, But everybody was okay with Peter Mayhew just sweating his balls off all day in a Chewbacca costume.
He didn't have balls anymore.
Oh, that's awful.
Covered in yak fur, under them hot lights. Probably losing all the weight he had on that tall, lanky frame. So naturally, in the prequels, when they had to have a bunch of other Wookiees, somebody said, we can't make these men suffer. They're not even Peter Mayhew. We can make him sweat his balls off, but all these dudes, we gotta do something about it. So they developed air-conditioned suits that pump water. So you could say that them Wookiees have something similar in common with camels, and that they got special sacks that retain water.
It's like a myth, isn't it?
Wow, thanks, Porkins kid.
I think he heard you talking about him.
Yeah, he wasn't taking kindly to that, huh? Oh no.
I think he's still bristling against Garrick.
Well, who doesn't?
I think that feud is alive and well.
Yeah, bring it on.
Take to
brah.
Twitter.
Yep. Hey, guess
I'm
what,
gonna
guys?
flame him so hard on Twitter. You'll see.
It's time to talk about some toys.
Oh,
Hello.
Yeah. Talking about toys.
Make me happy, Garrick.
I'll make you happy, brah.
Oh yeah.
No.
Over here. Come a little bit closer.
What is this?
You know what's kind of funny? If you look through both of theirs,
What is
it
it?
looks almost exactly the same.
They worked on like so much of the same stuff.
This?
It makes perfect sense for them
Yep.
to get the award together.
So,
Like, looking
guys,
through the list, I'm like, I can't say all this stuff because it's the exact
It's just-
same.
it didn't stop you from saying half of them twice before.
Dad,
let's see. Star Wars.
the Money Pit,
More Star Wars.
The Money Pit, guys.
All Studio Ghibli films, apparently.
Nickelodeon.
Losing Mike.
Remember, the Money Pit is where we got the phrase "good looking wool."
That's where we got it.
All right,
Oh,
longtime fans of Fly
It's
Casual
good-looking wool.
know that the Money Pit is a sacred cow.
I looked through both their lists in high hopes that they had worked with my side of the family that's been in film, but I
No.
didn't see.
That
Yeah.
no.
Director of
Oh.
Congo.
No, legit.
Ooh,
I like that
Congo.
movie.
Too legit.
That was a better book than movie. Congo.
Well, you just described all of Michael Crichton's books.
Oh no, Jurassic. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, I don't know. Jurassic Park had the changes in the movie were
comes the
some
big
improvements.
Bob.
Better.
But let's talk Lost World, shall we?
No, book was way better.
The book was actually enjoyable.
The movie wasn't even based on the book.
No, they borrowed the name of the island, and that was about it.
I think the third
Frank.
movie was more based on the book than the second one was.
I felt the same way. I felt like someone came in and said we should actually try to do that.
Frank played the pilot in Raiders of the Lost
Oh,
Ark.
fantastic.
Oh, that was him. That was
Yep.
Frankie.
Yep. He
That
also
was my
played a
pet
tourist
snake,
in
Reggie.
Temple of Doom.
Reggie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to make
He
a
played
disclaimer.
Ticket Boy
He's
in
flying the
Targets
C-3PO
in
plane.
1968.
Ticket boy.
Ticket boy.
I want to address how quickly I was dismissed by Corey there when I said, from my side of the family in film. I believe he was confused. I tried to pass off that I had a cousin on a show by the name of Letterkenny. She's not. She just has my same last name.
Sort yourself out.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Figured out.
Pitter patter.
You're just spare parts, bud.
I do have a second or third cousin that's a producer, though. Legit.
No, you're adopted. You don't have real family.
No. I do.
That's the part of the family that's legit.
Dang.
Man, he's calling you out, dude.
Fucking Petrie!
Wow.
Come on.
I just flamed you.
Canadian fight, baby.
I flamed you hard,
Wait, how
brah.
does a Canadian fight work?
Sorry.
I want to see an internet fight.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I have like snot leaking out of my nose.
Yeah, that's
I
attractive.
am so sorry.
You want to split some all dressed?
You would.
You want to split some all dressed, bro?
Yeah, brah. That's how Canadians talk.
Brah, bro.
Some
Totally,
all
brah.
some all. Why can't we say all dressed? Why do we keep saying all breast?
Come on, bro, Seth.
All
Come on.
dressed. Yeah.
You'd know some of his work if I said it, though. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah? Well,
Then
name
say it.
drop, baby.
Yeah, well,
Come on.
Yeah, name drop away.
Beverly Hills Cop,
Ah.
Turner and Hooch.
Wait, your cousin is Eddie Murphy?
I do
in
like
the
Turner.
Army now.
Oh.
I like in the army now. Pauly Shore movies are a guilty pleasure for me.
Is he dead?
These are the Jews.
I will watch.
I agree.
I will watch Biodome any day of the week.
What about Jury Duty?
Son-in-law.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that girl is so fun.
Encino Man is my favorite. Come on.
Encino Man, absolutely.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser in that one, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you know that
Brendan
Hollywood...
Fraser was in all of them. Brendan
you-
Fraser showed up, talked about eating frogs in every Pauly Shore movie.
That's true.
There was always a Brendan Fraser.
Did you know that Hollywood won't hire Brendan Fraser anymore?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Oh, stop it.
Reddit Nimager didn't do anything to tell me all about
He
that
was
for
just
4
in a
months
TV
last
show
winter.
recently.
What?
Yeah, it was just in a TV show.
It was like, seriously, Reddit Nimager were out to just like revive Brendan Fraser's
defunct
career.
Good.
It was like their
He's
singular
awesome. I love that
Hey,
guy.
you know, we talked about Hawaii Five-0 a few weeks ago.
Yeah, right.
Pauly Shore was on Hawaii Five-0.
He should have been.
Yeah.
Wow, we tied
For
that up with
an
a bow.
episode. Yep.
Yeah, but was he getting busy with Grace Park? That's what I want.
Probably.
Well, he was in a movie called Animals.
Oh, well,
Oh, boy.
I guess that's the same thing as getting busy with Grace Park. All right.
Yep. Yep.
Pretty much.
Time to talk about some toys.
Awesome.
I'm loving this toy, by the way.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Are you
Mike,
now?
put that down. We're trying to do a podcast.
So, guys,
Not talking about the D.
we got a couple, 3 Black Series figures that are coming out. Brand new.
These are bad.
Just announced.
Ass.
Trace.
So, according to a site called JediNews.co.uk, friends of the show, I'm sure.
Or just Jedi News.
It's Jedi News. They're great site. It's where I get all my stuff.
Yeah, they are.
That's a little behind the scenes stuff.
Good
there.
peeps.
But they've just
Jolly
announced
good
a
chaps.
new exclusive 2-pack of the Black Series figure, including Han Solo and Princess Leia.
Okay, I've got to admit that I have not been interested in a lot of the Black Series lately. I'm getting this one.
The Han and the Leia.
Well,
together.
Mike, I don't know if you are.
What?
Unfortunately.
No.
Well, first of all, let's just describe this a
It's
little
a
bit.
China exclusive.
Yeah, well,
I have
close.
some of those.
Well, it's a 2-pack. So the box is actually the ice cave on Hoth, and they're in the hallway.
Gosh, that's
talking
my
about-
favorite scene.
It is. It's so great.
Kiss a Wookiee.
Yeah, I could arrange that. And then he walks
Use
away.
a good kiss. Character point.
I'll get her out on the Falcon.
Yeah. So you got Han Solo, and it looks like they stole the fur off the trooper from the
Yeah,
Solo
it really
movie
does.
and pasted it on there.
It really does.
I
That
don't care
fur's a
about it.
little out of control.
So you're telling me this is like a San Diego Comic-Con
No, a
exclusive or
little bit
something?
farther away than that. So this is a Europe exclusive. Yeah. So-
Wait a minute. Wait. So you're saying I can get on Amazon and buy this bad boy, right?
Oh, sure you can.
$80 million.
Yeah,
Amazon.eu.
Better get ready to pay some of them GBPs, bro.
Damn it, I love this.
Do you VAT, man? Do you VAT?
I know this is
Not very often.
So this is how our European friends feel when we get all the exclusives. Like, oh man,
We're too stupid to know when we get exclusives. We
Yeah.
don't even know that that's a thing.
They never
So
say this is a U.S.
when-
exclusive.
Yeah, we never
I
never
know
see
that they're
those
exclusive.
words.
Yeah.
I know how to tell.
yeah. So this will only be available in Europe for now. Who knows? We'll see. But it's going to be at the Germany Norris Force Con.
Son of a bitch.
Well,
London
good for them is what I say.
Comic-Con,
Lucky
the
you
Paris
guys. And
Comic-Con.
You know what? We need to get
Awesome.
Steve Potter out of retirement, have him drive to Germany
Yeah.
for us.
He needs to.
Drive to Germany.
Just drive his car to Germany.
No, he just needs to go to the one in London. He's right there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
even better.
They're-
London.
I guess he could drive in the tunnel. He could
It's
take
going
the
to be
tunnel.
available on the in the London
Great movie, I
Comic-Con.
heard.
Come on, Potter, if you're listening.
Yeah, man.
Come through, baby.
So this will be 50 or 49.99 L's.
50 euro.
Is that an L? E?
Oh,
Is that an E?
I don't know. They just make
this-
up random signs for their currency.
L is pound.
All I know, it doesn't look like an S, so I don't know how to convert that.
This Han looks amazing, and I have to say, over last weekend, I've got the Bespin Han,
Yes.
and I think it's the same Han.
Probably.
I'm still mad at how graceful I was.
Is it the same Han but without the fur?
Yes, and with the blue,
Yeah,
and
it's
all that stuff.
blue,
But
yeah.
that is an amazing figure.
Yeah, the Leia is identical to the one that's going to come out in a single pack. But it sucks because the display is awesome and Screw you, European
It's
people.
them basically
Just
talking
kidding,
in
I
the
love you.
hall.
Yeah,
What was the price again?
$49.99 L thingies.
49.99L.
That would be ballpark $65 US.
That's $49.99 lira.
Yep, lira.
Oh, well, that's
what
different.
it is.
That's $1.52.
Well, maybe in Comic and Games in Italy, the convention there, it'll be lira, right?
I mean, I
All right,
figured
who
pound
do we know at Jedi News? Maybe that's where we need.
Yeah, we'll
Yep.
have to. We'll have to.
And who have we not alienated at
I'll have
Jedi
to
News?
exercise my connection.
Hey, we love our European
No,
fan base.
honestly, I love all these. I'm fan based, nothing. We've talked to some of these guys, haven't we?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And
Those
they're
guys
great,
are great.
but I just never know who we piss off from day to day. That's all. I just keep track. That's
Just the
all.
Americans.
Yeah,
The
that's true. It
Americans
is
are always-
usually the
that are
Americans.
raging.
I feel like that's fair. That's fair.
Wow.
We're a sensitive lot.
We I guess we technically classify as entertainment in Europe somehow.
I learn fascinating things when I go to currency conversion websites.
Please don't share.
I will.
No, no.
Well, that $49.99 Jamaican dollars equals 37 cents US.
There you go.
That I find in no way surprising,
Yeah.
which is why when you go to Jamaica, they prefer that you pay for things in U.S. dollars.
I bet they
Wonder
do.
why.
I bet they do.
They absolutely do. They do not want you using local currency.
Oh, no kidding.
No.
You can buy so much rum with that.
Hey, I've got $9. I'm moving to Jamaica.
So much rum and the ganja.
Yeah. Got
That's
the
what
lime
the
and
lady
the
on the radio
coconut.
said.
Got the lime and the
talking about
coconut.
We were on the way to the flea market excursion trip.
Oh, that's fun.
And the lady on the radio, they had the radio on talking about how they busted, some drug dudes. That's what they're called, right? And it was the
drug
It was the boot. Did they say the boot or the trunk? I think she said the boot of and I can't remember what the name of the car was, but it made me laugh when she said it because it sounded funny. And yeah, she like so many kilos of the she said the ganja.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, that's how they say it on the radio here? That's amazing. Highlight of my trip till a dude paid another dude to run across to the actual flea market that they don't let the tourists go to and bought him raw sugar cane.
Oh.
And brought it back. And the dude, because apparently this guy was raised by missionaries on a sugarcane plantation or something like that.
Oh, that sounds
And he started
nice.
breaking off pieces and just having us all try it. And that was delightful.
Fantastic.
Back to the toys.
Back to the toys. So we had another Black Series figure just drop randomly at a.
Yeah, we did.
At our home nation of Canada had a Comic-Con, right?
Who's?
High five, Petrie.
What?
High five,
No?
bro.
Yeah,
And
so
Cananicon.
Canada at Fan Expo Canada 2018.
Canada doesn't like you, ginger haired.
BeaverCon.
I'm half Canada.
No, you're not.
He's half of
Kinda.
Canada.
Nope.
Anyway, they released a new image of a Dryden Voss 6-inch Black Series figure.
This looks awesome too.
Yeah, this looks pretty cool.
Dryden Voss. So he comes with his, I guess they're not vibro blades. I don't know what they're called. I don't think they have a technical name. But
They're vibro blades in my mind.
yeah, me too. Absolutely.
They can call him whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
There always be
Vibro
vibro blades.
blades
to me. But he's got his cool cloak and he's got his scars, and it's not mentioned here in the article. And I think I just saw this in a random tweet, so take this with a grain of salt. But apparently his scars and eyes will change color based on temperature.
So if you dip him in water.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like Zartan, dude.
I was going to say,
Yeah. Woo!
technology first seen 1984 with the Zartan action figure.
It's so great.
Put him in
It's such
sunlight and he turns blue.
It's such
Well,
a throwback. It's awesome.
Mike, if you clearly don't have a young enough daughter, because my mind immediately went to, like LOL dolls. Oh, God, what's happened?
I have
What's
no
an
idea
LOL
what you
doll?
just said.
don't even
LOL
know what that
dolls.
is.
I will show you the sadness of the future society.
Well, I'm both thrilled that I don't know what that is and
Please,
horrified.
God, please, God, let my daughter have outgrown that.
I'm pretty sure you're in the clear.
I'm also horrified that Mike and I identified on the same
They
thing.
they just call them LOLs. My daughter came down to me. I was at the computer. Daughter comes down to me today and she's like, "Oh, the neighbor girl, she came over and I wanted to have a tea party, but she just wanted to play with LOLs, so I made her leave." I'm like, "What? Are you serious?" And then I said, "Well, if you go over and apologize to her, then we'll play Minecraft." And So immediately she was like out the door. It was like a little cartoon explosion.
She's like, Minecraft, hell yeah, I'll say I'm sorry.
Did she make that Scooby-Doo running noise? When
I'll tell her she's ugly to her face if we play Minecraft.
Yeah, I love Minecraft. I'll shoot her in the foot.
Yeah, I lying.
I'll stab
Eat
her.
her arm.
I'll stab a bitch.
I'll bite a hoe.
Yeah.
What have we come?
Anyway, Dryden Voss. He's he's played by Paul Bettany in this the character of the face looks dead on to
It actually doesn't even say. I'm really surprised they didn't list this feature, but if you get some green and red Tester's paint, you can actually turn him into Vision by throwing on a little paint and just taking a little Elmer's glue and lemon Tic Tac right on the forehead. Boom.
Probably
Vision.
could. Yeah.
Yep.
So you toy modders, you horrible people who take toys out of packages and then modify them. I guess you can turn
time to kit bash.
Those are artists, man. Let them go.
Debatable.
Let them do what they're doing, man.
Art is subjective, Garrick.
Uh-huh.
I threw it back at him.
Just because you call it art doesn't mean it's art. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah?
Anyway.
Sure, that's the definition of art.
So check that out. Who knows when that'll come out? I'll get it. You should get it too. Everybody.
It's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll get it, but
you'll get it, Mike. You know you will. Just so you can take it out of the package and rub his face till it turns colors.
I don't want to do that.
Wait. The audio cut out. Rub his what?
His face.
His face.
Oh, his face.
Come on,
Rub his
Corey.
face.
Get your mind out of the gutter,
I
man.
thought you meant his cape.
It's like when you put Zartan in your armpit and then he was blue.
But then he smelled funny.
But then he smelled weird.
Yeah, he did.
And then you got Stinkor.
Stinkor.
And then his stank wore off, so you stuck him in your armpit.
Yeah.
Recharge his stank sacks.
Is that
Stink
did
sacks, yes.
Porkins can't come back? What's going on?
Skunkor. Skunkor.
Stinkor works.
Skunkor. Stinkor.
I think it's Stinkor. I don't think it's Skunkor.
It's Skunkor.
It's Skunkor.
It is Skunkor.
Stinkor. You guys are wrong.
Stickor.
I wanted to roll with it, but I couldn't keep myself suppressed.
It's Orko.
I was not allowed to watch Masters
Orcon.
of the Universe as a child, so what little carnal knowledge I have of it, I cling to
It's Stinkor.
so heavily.
You're right, because our parents believe Master of the Universe is Jesus, not
Is what?
Oh no! Oh no!
No, Garrick's right. It is Stinkor. You guys are right. It's Stinkor.
Because he was,
Nicely done.
Dang it.
because he was the
I
last
was
Adam.
right.
He was the last Adam,
Yeah, nicely done.
right? Is that what it was? Anyway, moving on.
Can we take a minute
What's
to
up
talk
with
about
the
Moss
Phasma
Man?
here?
And then we
man?
had Ortho.
On the same post here, you got Phasma. Is there a
Orko.
Orko.
Ortho.
He had the really bad teeth and a British accent. I had to say.
And he made home pesticide.
all right?
It's Orkin.
All right, Garrick.
That's Ortho.
Yeah.
Is there something going on with this Phasma, man? What's going on with Phasma?
back on track.
It's a Phasma.
That's how I feel about it. Yep.
It's a
I'm looking at it. I'm trying to see if there's anything different.
It's in the
only thing
vintage
I see
box.
that's different is that it's got a
in-
gold gun.
It's in the vintage box.
if it's vintage, that means
packaging.
it's 3 3/4. So it's a smaller
if
Phasma.
it's vintage, okay, so it's gonna be those vintage. Okay,
It's a
that's weird.
teeny Phasma.
Like the vintage box, I would think would be like the old, like the 2014
it's
characters.
the TP.
Nope, they're
teeny
putting
Phas.
everybody in vintage now.
A T-Phaz.
That's
Like-
goofy.
Yeah, they got Afra in vintage. And she's like the newest character ever. So
Because Hasbro's
Who
been the
knows?
most logical company.
That's weird.
I think they use vintage because the box has that vintage look to it. I suppose.
And also has the word
I
vintage
haven't
on
even
it.
seen the box.
We printed a bunch of these vintage boxes. What do we do with them? Oh, let's make vintage.
Throw new
Toys.
stuff in them. They don't care. That kid's got an attic full of them.
Yeah,
What else
actually,
we
the,
got, bro?
the vintage line I don't think has
on an eBay auction. It automatically means it's worth 5 times.
the vintage line hasn't had anything vintage as far as I can remember. I think it's all new stuff actually. That's
I thought they had a Luke Skywalker in his
They just had an empty box and called it
in
Luke
his X-wing
Skywalker.
suit, right? I mean, that's
the vintage
It was from the
line?
last
that's one of
Jedi.
the old ones.
I don't remember that one.
Man,
Yeah, it could be.
why do I feel like somehow this has taken us deeper than we've ever gone?
All right.
Well,
Anyway.
the next section is going to be
Moving on.
Because I'd
deeper.
rather talk about Black Series and Porgs, but go ahead.
Yeah, guys, you guys like Porgs?
Nope.
Not this much.
You guys like Legos? You guys like Lego?
Not this much.
You like? What if you mix those together?
Not
And
any.
you
Get
had
a Porgo.
a Porgo. A Porgo.
Oh,
Porgo film. Wait,
A Lorg.
whoa.
I got a Lorg. I did something wrong. Instructions unclear.
It's backwards.
No.
You did step 2 first.
Yeah.
It says right there, ages 5 to 9. I am nowhere in that.
Yeah. So Lego is coming out with a Porg Lego.
That is unfortunate.
Lego Porg.
What in the actual hell
This is one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen.
No, it's great.
And it's got a Lego card?
Yeah.
Info
with
card?
a Lego frame
With a little
card.
mini
With a mini. You can't have one Porg,
Yeah,
man.
the mini Porg. That's a Porglet.
Once you Porg, you can't storg.
What's happening? What's happening here?
Yeah.
That's the mini.
It's over 7 inches tall.
7.
That's
7
That's
inches.
fan-fucking
And its mouth opens, Mike.
So
Look at that action on the, you push its butt and its mouth opens.
Does it chop up walnuts? I mean,
Yeah, it's actually a nutcracker.
Yeah, it's actually
Oh, it's got waterproof feathers. Isn't that great?
yeah, well, handy. When Lego tries to imitate biological life and anything more complex than a minifig, it is the stuff of nightmares, and this is included
No,
amongst.
look at its
does
eye.
have
Look
web
into
teeth,
its
though.
eyes, Corey. Look into its googly eyes.
I feel my soul.
How can you say no to that? How can you say no to
Can
that?
say no to nothing.
To that
I, for one, welcome
cute-
our Porg Lego overlords.
That's right.
Oh, dear Lord.
One of us.
All right.
Yeah, so get that brick
Give your
Porg.
spiel.
Get
That
that.
is horrifying.
Oh, you just now saw it?
I don't have the.
It's only $70, guys. $70.
Jeez.
I
Put
know,
that-
it's a Lego price. All right.
Garrick, you robbed us when you only provided the one of the 3 attributes. Webbed feet
Yeah.
is one attribute.
It's got web feet.
Waterproof feathers, as Garrick mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And the third attribute offered on the little info card, natural curiosity.
So cute.
And its diet is small fish. You know that?
There you go.
Mhm.
You know its diet.
It lives on coastal
It
cliffs.
could be
That's a good
gray,
conversation
white,
piece.
brown.
Put that on your coffee table, and people will ask you about it. I guarantee it.
Put it next to a cliff. It will jump.
Yeah, they'll walk in my house and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, dear God, what the hell is that?
Can if I melt a bunch of Legos and threaten to eat them in front of it, will it look forlorn and have its lip quiver?
Yes. Yes, it will.
See, I thought you meant
That's
the
a feature.
minifigs, and I saw one of the Lego Porg minifigs. I'm like, that's not that bad.
Nope,
And
nope.
Then I found the thing you were talking
It comes with one of those minifigs. It's great.
That's an
It's
abomination.
pretty terrifying.
Remember the Furby? This is worse.
No, best Lego ever made of all time.
I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and this thing's going to be looking right at me. And it's going to somehow be on my nightstand, even though I know I left it on the shelf across the room. And it's going to look right into me with his cold, dead Porg Lego eyes and go, Dali,
And its mouth is just going to fly open.
silently, just open right up.
It's going to open and consume your soul.
Yeah, that's what it does.
It's like a Dementor just hovering right.
Yeah, why didn't they leave?
Or rainbows will shoot out. You don't know.
Yeah. Porgs are gentle
no.
creatures that eat
I mean, on the
souls.
upside, I found some other Lego.
Will it shoot
figures.
chips out of its belly?
Small fish.
Small fish.
Small fish. Anyway,
I found other Lego Star Wars figures that I think are neat, but
no, that one's the best.
That's all right.
That's great. We probably already talked about
I
them.
thought you liked
Thanks,
Porgs, Corey. I'm sorry. I
Did you
guess
talk about 21B? I thought that
I
was
shouldn't have brought that up.
That's great.
What about emphasis?
I'm ready for the next.
Anyway.
I can talk about Infant's Nest all day long.
Yeah.
Yo, Rio Durant.
Oh,
Yeah, we know what Howie wants to talk about.
Emphasis is the best. So anyway, moving on. Time for that. Time for the close out the toy report with everybody's favorite segment. Popcorner, baby. So Howie is a member of the Smuggler's Bounty, I guess. Maybe not so much.
No, they ended that.
Yes, exactly. They will end it this month, September
It's been ended.
15th,
I've
2018.
not gotten a smuggler's bounty for months.
Garrick forgot to check the date on the article.
Are you still paying them for the ones you're not getting?
No.
Well, that's
They are
why.
paying you.
Yeah. So it was announced in February
Stock value.
that the Smuggler's Bounty Box would end this month, at the 15th of this month. It's the last day you can order them, and then they're going to retail. So I guess
Oh, is
So-
that a betrayal?
So not ending at all then.
not.
I asked Howie if that's a betrayal, but he's not an impartial judge because the more they sell, the happier he is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and as an update, currently I'm standing at a increase of over 301%.
There you go. Yeah. You guys should have invested in Pop when I told you guys to.
Yep, should have.
Yep.
His investment is worth $30.
I'm gonna get so much traction off of that until it bombs, probably.
Yep.
But anyway, so if you want September's, you better order now because you won't be able to get it. But if you want October's Smuggler's Bounty Box, right, you can get it October's, which is a Cloud City theme. You can go to Amazon.com. You guys heard of Amazon? Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Amazon will be supplying the
Wonder Woman memorabilia.
Yeah, that's the one. They'll be supplying the October Smuggler's Bounty Box for $30, and we'll ship out in October. And you get.
But what's in it?
Yeah, it's Cloud City themed. So it's the point of the whole thing is you don't know what's in it, man.
But everybody gets the same
surprise.
thing. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, so you get a T-shirt.
No, okay, so
historically, not everybody.
So here's a list of everything that's in it.
Yeah. You get a T-shirt, right? Get
good.
3 to 6 collectibles, including an exclusive vinyl pop. You get a different.
I do not like the voice you used to say.
No, it's creepy.
Yeah,
don't use it more. Use it lots more.
I was using my sexy voice.
That's what you use with your wife? Wow.
Yeah, that's what you get. And then you can only get 3 boxes per customer. So sorry about that. Yeah.
Only 3.
Yeah.
Only 3 of the same thing.
But
Amazon, why hast thou forsaken me?
Yeah. But the T-shirt will not be included in the October box, unfortunately. But it will be included in future boxes. And apparently you can get future boxes on Amazon now. I don't know. But,
I can order future things on Amazon.
Yeah.
I can time travel with my purchases.
Yeah.
What'll they think of next? Okay. This is messed up. Right at the top of my suggested things on Amazon right now. LOL dolls.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've never ordered an LOL anything from Amazon.
But your Alexa's on.
You talked.
They're
and
listening.
The interwebs heard you.
I've turned it off. I'm protected. Oh God. I need my panic room.
They know.
Yeah.
This is why the big wigs like Steve Jobs and
other dead people.
Like Facebook guy.
That's
why they don't
Steve
give
Jobs.
their. That's why they don't give their kids
Mark
access
Summers.
to the stuff that they make.
Yep.
They know. Yeah.
They know what's
So if you want Smuggler's Bounty and you want to give Howie more money for his stock portfolio, go out to Amazon and get the October 2018 box.
Make Steve a rich man.
Yeah. And finally, final thing I have here. Walgreens has announced an exclusive pop vinyl figure. Han Solo.
in a brown jacket. Oh.
It's Han Solo. From
C-3PO.
From Corellia. From the movie.
I hate to say it, this one's going to sit there too.
Nope. This one's cool. Look at him, dude.
No, I agree. It's cool. It's not my style of pop vinyl because it's a standard dude pop vinyl.
Yeah, but he's got the cool,
Jacket.
cool guy Han Solo outfit with his gloves.
Got the swagger.
He's got his swagger. He's got his cool vest.
Got the moves like swagger.
He's got his butt cut. That's really cool looking. Look. Yeah.
Yep.
Love it.
I think this one's going to sit there.
Oh, I'll buy it. I love this.
I hate to say it. I know you will.
You know what I want?
Why do I have hiccups all of a
The
sudden?
people have spoken, and they did not want a prequel story.
I want the Funko Greedo and Bosk Pez dispensers.
Oh yeah. So those are also coming out. Those will be I forgot to mention that. So Pop or Funko and Pez are teaming up to make Pez dispensers. Yeah.
Corey's favorite candy.
Corey loves Pez.
Actually, in college, Garrick was the Pez boy.
I know. I did a whole speech on it.
You did a speech?
Yeah.
Of course you did.
Well, we had to take speech class in college.
Can you give us that speech?
Yeah.
Right
Well, I
now?
did.
With visual aids.
Well, the original Pez was originally called Pfefferminz, which is German for peppermint, which is the original flavor of Pez. The most valuable Pez dispenser is the blue
We are
Batman
jelly.
Pez. Getting good info.
Oh, dear God, he's doing this.
He's got to keep going now. He's committed.